Hi and welcome to an update video to my Explody Totems Trapper. This is the probably final iteration of the build. After I did the cheap version, I now decided to spend more money on it because the tentative version or whatever I had invested before worked so well that I decided, alright, let's go for the quote-unquote big boy upgrades. So I'll give you guys a walkthrough through what I did, why I did it, and then at the end, again, a showcase of what the build is capable of in terms of tankiness, because that's mainly what I improved. The damage is not really a concern. I upgraded it a little bit, but we were a dot cap before, we are a dot cap now. So the damage increase only matters versus Ubers. I have 2 Uber fights at the timestamps. You can take a look at that. So therefore I didn't include a mapping showcase this time because it will look exactly the same. The only time where the upgrades in terms of tankiness kinda matter is again versus like ridiculous boss damage and also in Deep Delve. And I have taken this build quite far down into the mine. I'm at depth 800 and something now, I believe. So yeah, 820 exactly. So let's see what I did. First of all, Elephant in the Room Progenesis. This flask is not balanced, not even close to that. The flask is insane. Use it while you can. Aside from that, I've also switched to Ruby and Topaz alongside the Taste of Fate, so therefore we run all 3 elemental flasks now. We also run all three purities. The reason I'm doing that is to get more max res. Also between Taste of Hate, Lightning Coil, and a new helmet, we also convert 100% of physical to elemental damage now. So I'm taking basically 0 fist damage, except for fist dots, because all of that only converts physical damage taken from hits. So Lion Pelt is 15%, then we get another 50% from the Lightning Coil. We get somewhere in the ballpark of 23 to 24% from Taste of Hate. And then I also exchanged the Watcher's Eye. Should be... where is it? There we go. Yeah, it's just 2 random fist taken as modifiers. I could divine this to have 6% life, but I'm broke. So what else did I do? Exchanged the random the cluster. That was a small damage upgrade. The 2 physical nodes are actually superior over the chaos nodes. Also changed some stuff around at the tree, dropped the brutal restraint. Instead went for stuff like an Unnatural Instinct here. That gives us a little bit of life, a little bit of recoup, a little bit of mana, and most importantly, we get a grand total of 30 life and 30 ES per enemy killed, which helps a lot with regen. I also went for the big boy regen tech, which is Bloodnotch, Immutable Force, the Immutable Force, yeah, here. Alongside the ES Mastery for stun threshold is based on 60% of your energy shield instead of life. We have 533 ES, so we got stunned a lot. Since I dropped the helmet, I had to manually allocate Eldritch Battery again, and also I had to reserve Discipline to actually have the necessary ES. So that put a little bit of strain on the mana pool. So I went for a +1 socketed Lightning Coil, which upgrades the Enlighten to level 4. Again, I could have just bought an Enlighten 4, but I'm broke. It also bumps up, alongside the Ashes, it bumps up our Auras to level 23, which is the breakpoint for Purities to get +1 max res. To get to another breakpoint, I would need another 2 levels. So technically, the perfect Lightning Coil would be +1 socketed +2 Aura, but that's not happening. That's way too expensive. But that would be an upgrade. I went for a Ming's Heart to get even more damage. It comes with 25% reduced maximum life and 25% reduced maximum energy shield. So actually, if I unequip this, I shoot up to 5,200 life. But as you will see, the character is tanky enough. Like, this is not necessary. I got a new bow. It's the same craft, just the tree's a little bit different. I now have 2 totems here. And the totem explode, these 2 nodes do nothing. Which then, alongside the totem mastery, gives me 2 totems, which then enabled me to drop multiple totems. And instead, when going for charge traps, for power and frenzy charges. Otherwise, I haven't changed much. I had to take more spell suppression on the tree because dropping the spell suppression armor obviously cost me. Still going with Asenavs. This ring I exchanged since I didn't need the resistances anymore. The purity alongside the flasks handle that quite well. I basically could drop all resistances ever, and this ring is just to fix strength and life. The damage taken recouped as life was actually a random X-Slam that was hella lucky. That's the perfect suffix I could have hit there. Also, since the Plague Bearer buff chance is gone now, I had to fix the poison chance by, let's say, the classical means. So I got a 20% chance to poison on hit Quiver, since we have Ashes, with 25% quality. We get a grand total of 45% chance to poison from the Herald, which makes the Enhance not necessary anymore. So now we have the 45 here, the 20 here, and then some random chance to poison on the tree to get up to 100 again. So we also could drop this node here, that wasn't necessary anymore. Also went for Leaf Shade. Oh yeah, we fixed Ailment Immunity since we dropped Purity of Elements. We fixed Ailment Immunity by going Storm Shot. So we have 45%, 41% Shock Avoid Jewel here. We have 39% Shock Avoid here. So that's 80%, and then we have 20% Ailment Avoidance here. So that's precisely 100% Shock Avoid alongside Storm Shot. That means we are Ailment Immune. Yeah, which then enables us to go Leaf Shade. The Bloodnotch Immutable Force tag makes us able to go cast when stunned, linked to Immortal Call. which then enables us to level the Immortal Coil up to 20, because cast when stunned doesn't care about the level. So that's a really nice tech. We now have a full force Immortal Coil. If you need to press the button yourself, like you will see in the showcase, you can just unlink cast when stunned and then I can press it myself. I don't have that many buttons anymore. Otherwise, I went for a good bit of quality of life. So for Delve specifically, I wanted here it is. I wanted Phase Run to just like speed towards the next node. And also, I wanted like to have phasing up as much as possible because I dropped the Quartz Flask. I needed to get this through other means, so I went for phasing on kill Jewel alongside the Phase Run, alongside a tech that I really like, Divergent Dash, alongside Ashes. Gives me a grand total of 4.5 seconds of phasing after I press it. And since the cooldown on this skill is 2 seconds, as you see here, when I like press it, I have basically always phasing. Is what I want to say. Like I'm always phasing. Divine Blessing, Malevolence, or burst damage. I may have pressed it versus versus the bosses. I'm not sure. It's not really. It's like against Uber bosses, it really helps the damage. I think I even forgot to press it. And as you see, I can spend the ES, but it's a hefty cost. And then we also have Despair again. So yeah, that's about it with the upgrades to the build. When it comes to cost, I would say like this bow was basically just a replacement. I crafted this myself again. It's exactly the same craft. I just got lucky this time on the Hunter Slam and hit T1 Chaos Dot multi. And then, let's see here, Ashes was like 30 diff maybe, Progenesis 50 when I bought it. This ring I don't remember, Lightning Coil maybe like 10 diff to buy it and 6-link it. The helmet I don't remember, I kind of threw essences at it until I hit Cold Rest because the build needs a little bit of Cold Rest as Taste of Hate is the only flask that isn't getting buffed by both the Ascendancy and also the Alchemist's prefix. We can run Alchemist's Elemental Flasks. We can't run Alchemist's Quicksilver Flask. We can't sustain that with our current Flask nodes, so therefore I didn't go for it. Because I want 100% uptime in Hideout. That's kinda it. The belt is basically the same mods, just this time on a Stygian Vice and not on a Delta belt. Aside from that, basically same stats. So, Flask Effect, Flask Charges gained, Life, Flask Duration, and 2 literally dead mods. Standard boots, Strength Essence spam. The build is really strength starved. When we need, again, 160 strength. And we don't get any strength on the tree, so I need like a lot of attributes prefixes, or suffixes rather. But yeah, that's the build upgrade. The only thing where the build can die is if you have big dots and you don't get hit. Because if you don't get hit, Bloodnotch's Immutable Force doesn't work. And we do run 3% of life regen per second during effect. But that's not enough if we're not getting hit. that doesn't regen fast enough. You will see in the showcase when I get hit and I can't regen, or when I don't get hit, you will see how slow the regen is. But yeah, that's the build, and see you in the next one. Have fun with the showcase. Bye!
Your absurd defiance ends here, hatchling.
Are you ready, my champion?
The fires of 1,000 suns. You do not have the strength, hatchling.
That may be, but I am not alone.
How pathetic. The fires of 1,000 suns. Annihilation. The fires of 1,000 suns.
Under the other desire to challenge me for this realm. The prize piece comes to join.
My collection.
A cascade of pain.
Pain will be returned tenfold. Space aligns. Behold my collection.
I will have what I want. Death will not be an escape. I'm not up to that. Scurry, scurry. Stand still. Why?
Resistance will be punished. Time controls. Scurry. Scurry.
My irritation is growing. This will not be an escape. Scurry, scurry. Stand still. How?
Stop resisting. Reality fades. Punishment inescapable.
Arrogant toy. Take this. It will not be an escape. Scurry, scurry. Stand still.
toy must enjoy our contests, for it continues to play